Hey guys, how you doing? This is MegaComrade broadcasting live from Dubai City, United Arab Emirates. This is BFM Situation Room. We have our brother here. You all know him in Labour Party gubernatorial candidate, Barrister Olumide Osaigbovo Akpata is going to join me in about a few minutes. So I urge everyone to be patient and be polite. Share this video. The network is going to be really difficult today because Dubai system of networking is very, very difficult. So that being said, without wasting our time, we're going to bring in our brother and let him introduce himself to everyone. Hello, my brother.
Good evening from Benin City, Obota.
Hey, you're my brother. I call you off. So how is the family? Let's greet first. The family are here.
Yeah, they're all doing well.
Okay, that's good. So please go ahead and introduce yourself. Go ahead. I'm doing good. We are doing pretty good. So
Excellent.
go ahead and introduce yourself to the whole world. I know they know you, but it's good for you to introduce yourself again.
Thank you, the MegaComrade, West Kakabo. Thank you very much. Yes, I am Olumide Osaigbovo Akpata. I am, as you have already introduced, I'm the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate in the upcoming elections in Edo State come September 21, 2024. I was born in Germany, in Berlin. At that time, I was born on the 7th of October, 1972. At that time, my father, Henry Omorogeva, was studying medicine in Germany, and my mother was also studying dietetics. So I was born to them in Germany, and after a few years, we returned to Nigeria. I grew up in Warri, in today's Delta State. And I went to nursery and primary school there, started secondary school at Federal Government College Warri, then continued at King's College Lagos. I finished secondary school in 1988 from King's College, Eko, and I was admitted to the University of Benin in 1988. I always like to give my matriculation number so that anybody who wants to verify can go and verify. It's LAW 8802343. I was admitted to study law. We had the Ugbawa campus, and I studied law, and I was able to graduate in this within the specified period. And in 1992, I left Uniben and then proceeded to the Nigerian Law School. Again, we only had one campus of the Nigerian Law School at the time, and which is in Lagos. And after 1 year, I was called to the Nigerian Bar on the 15th of December, 1993. I celebrated my 30th year as a lawyer last year in December. After finishing from the law school, I served in Kanu, and then I started work in Warri with the learned senior advocate, Dr. Mudiaga Oje of Blessed Memory. He taught me the rudiments of law practice. And after that, I proceeded to Lagos to join my cousin Ogogo, the son of the late Justice Ephraim Akpata. He's my first cousin, and he had just set up a law firm called Templars in 1995. I joined him a few months later, and together for the last 27 years, we have built a formidable law practice. We started with 4 lawyers. Today, there are over 120 lawyers there. I had to leave the practice in August of last year when I made the decision to join partisan politics. I worked in Templars for over 25 years, as I've said, and I'm very proud of what God has helped us to achieve in that law firm. And also, as a lawyer, I was very active in the Nigerian Bar Association. And starting from the Warri branch, before I moved to Lagos, I became president of the Nigerian Bar Association in August of 2020. It was a keenly contested election, and to the glory of God, we were able to do the best that we could, and I've been told that I acquitted myself creditably. So that is me, in essence. I finished as president in 2022, and I returned to practice in my law firm until I decided to step into active politics, because we all have to leave our comfort zone at one point in time or the other if we are going to change the narrative in our country. If we all sit down in our comfort zone, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, there can be no law practice if there's no country. There can be no medical practice if there's no country. So I was extremely concerned, and so I spoke to my brother, my partner, Ogogo, and I said, let me go. Let me go and try and see if we can make a change, can make a difference. And with his consent, I left the practice and I joined the Labour Party, because that was the only party that I could see that aligned with my own objectives. If you look at our logo, Papa, Mama, Pikin, Era, Iye, Kewomo, that is what aligns, that's what I'm about. People-oriented policies, people impacting programs. That is what Labour is about. And so I decided to join Labour, and I threw my hat in the ring, participated in the primaries, and to the glory of God, I emerged as the candidate of the party on the 23rd of February this year. We are ready, we are geared up, and we are good to go. By the grace of God, we will emerge victorious at the elections come September. I am married, I'm a Christian, I love to travel. I'm just envious of you right now, MegaComrade, that you are in Dubai. You know, we Nigerians were not able to go to Dubai the way we used to go before.
Wow.
But I know that since I'm sure you have other means and other passports that you used to get to Dubai. We Nigerians, they don't let us go there as we used to go. I hope that
Wow.
that will change in the near future. Thank you very
Amen.
much for the opportunity.
Okay, God bless you. Thank you, my brother Olumide Osaigbovo Akpata. With this, your impeccable resume that you just laid down for us to see, why do you want to be a politician? God has blessed you.
Why do I want to be a politician?
Yeah, because with this resume you lay down, politics is very brutal in Nigeria. It's very brutal. Do you think of the consequence of how they're going to drag your name through the mud? Everybody are going to throw everything at you. Don't you have concern about your resume or whatever, what you have used all your life to build, for someone to just, attacking it without proof?
No, not at all, MegaComrade, not at all. A coward dies 9 times before their death. If a man cannot stand for something, you will fall for anything. Those who know me know that I'm a man. I believe in I have what they call courage of my conviction. If I believe in something, I will go for it. There is a problem in our country. There is a problem in our state. If we don't stand up to be counted, we are going nowhere. And those of us who live in Nigeria, you can feel it. You can sense it. You can know. Say the thing it not add up. The thing not work. It's not working. So we all, like I said earlier, I have decided to leave my comfort zone. Everybody cannot go into politics. Everybody cannot go into government. So I decided that I will go on behalf of my generation. MegaComrade, I am going to be 52 in October. What will I tell children unborn that I did at this time in our history? What would I tell them? I mean, yeah, you are right. I have been successful in legal practice. I have a reputation. I have money in the bank. I can jump on a plane and travel whenever I want to travel. But home is home. I don't want to live anywhere else. I want to live here. And if you don't jump in and begin to be part of those who make policy, crazy people will make policy for you. And the kind of policy they make, you will have to live with the policies and the laws that they make for you. So we must jump in. Right now, you see people buying back. People are leaving Nigeria because quality of life is no longer guaranteed. Quality of life is no longer assured. How many of us can live? So yes, I know the consequences. I know that there are potential consequences. I know that there is the risk we run of being maligned, being insulted. Not only for politics, they go, when you enter politics, they go tell you, say your papa not be your papa. Say your mama play away match, now they take born you. No problem. We go take on like that, no problem. If it is what we have to go through to bring about a change, I don't mind.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of
All
I'm
right.
not afraid of any of that.
That's fair enough. Because as a man that who have been in the public domain for a while now, I know what I've been through. Not a lot of people can take it. So now that you have assured us that you are ready to swim in the political ring, I wish you the
Shark
best. So
infested waters.
yes, let's start. My first question is why do you want to be a governor of Edo State?
Well, first and foremost, I am from Edo State. So it is my constitutional right to run for office. I see many gaps. I see that politics, those who have run our affairs, have made it appear that governance is rocket science. It is not rocket science. It is not as difficult as they make it to be. And so I see that all over the place, there are not enough policies and programs that impact the people. So I am about the people. So rather than being a WhatsApp warrior and shouting on social media every day about what is wrong and being what they call an armchair critic, why don't I get off my butt and go there and try and show and demonstrate how it can be done? Healthcare, agriculture, education, those things that impact our people. You live in America, MegaComrade, you know that the people remain at the heart of government. The people remain at the heart of policy. But in our country, the people are the last thing that are being considered. They are not on the radar at all. That is why our country is the way it is. That is why we don't really have a country that we can call our own. So I have decided, let me start from home. The Edo elections are coming up. One governor or one administration is on his way out. I don't think they've done well. I think in the last 8 years that this particular administration has been in power in two iterations. Firstly, in one party, and secondly, in the other, in APC and then in PDP. I think we are worse off in Edo State today than before. So rather than continue to criticize, I have decided to come and demonstrate how it can be done better in all spheres of human endeavor. And that's why I want to grab the bull by the horns. I am tired of being a complainant. Let me go there. Government is not rocket science. It is management of resources, human, material, natural, allocating resources. It is about ensuring that the majority of the people get see the dividends of democracy. The majority of the people feel the impact of government. You can't please everybody, but let the majority of the people know that there's governance. Lives and property are protected. There's food security. There's healthcare. That's why I'm about. That's what I want to do this for. It is totally altruistic. I want to give to my people. I want to provide leadership. When I ran for president of the Barr, it was the same motivation. Nigerian Bar Association, 128 branches around the country. When you leave the law school, you are obligated to become a member. By the time I was running for president, most of the lawyers in Nigeria were saying the MBA does nothing for us because they couldn't see the impact. Only in 2 years, and I changed the narrative. I turned it around, and the lawyers could see again that the association was meant for them and it was working for them. That is why I want to go to Edo State, so that the people will know that there can be governance that works for them.
Okay. All right, fair enough. The major problem we have in Nigeria today is a problem of insecurity. We are going to be talking about Edo State. By the power of Almighty God, I pray for God to give the best candidate the power to be able to succeed. And God should give each every one of you a direction to victory. Whoever will be better for Edo people. Now we are going through a major insecurity problem in Edo. What is your plan what have you done so far before you start contesting to become a governor to help the current administration, or what are the way you have tried to work with the current administration in order to tackle the problem of insecurity in Edo? If you can just enlighten us a little bit about the impact, your antecedent concerning the problem of insecurity in Edo.
First and foremost, MegaComrade, I'm not going to come and tell you here that I have worked with the President's administration to tackle insecurity. No, that's not my job. It is their job to tackle insecurity. It's the job of government to tackle insecurity. If they needed the help of private sector, they will reach out to private sector. I have been in the private sector. How do I think security can be tackled if I become governor? I think it's important, firstly, we have to recognize our realities. Unfortunately, the way security works in Nigeria, unlike in America where you are, it's a unitary system. It's a command structure all from Abuja. We don't have state police. I'm sure you have been following the debates about state police. So, if that is our reality, any chief executive officer of a state would have to firstly understand that reality and work with what you have. I go around those states, the police and the security services, at least based on my own investigations, complain that the state government does not work closely enough with them, does not provide them with the kind of facilities that they need to battle insecurity. Now, this is the report that I have. I cannot substantiate it because I'm not in government. But if I were governor, you would have to work closely with the police. Our governor, with the current structure, provide them with equipment because it's in your enlightened self-interest. So the governor in Abia State, Labour Party governor, as soon as he resumed, bought vehicles for the police, bought tracking equipment for the security services. These are the things that one will need to do firstly, because that's your reality. You must work with them and ensure that you are equipping them to the best. You must make provision in your budget. It is not funny, it is not nice, because you are actually funding a federal government institution. But now who they find, is that what we say in Benin, right? Who they find something that hand long, that long. So you have to go and ensure that you work with the situation on ground. Next thing you have to do is, it is not when you're fighting insecurity, it's not just about guns and bullets. It is also about enabling environment. So, for example, Willie Obiano was governor in Anambra State, and all he did was to light up Oka with street lights. And the research shows that crime dropped by a very significant percentage, just putting street lights. So there are some issues that are within the control of the governor. There are some that are not within his control. You can ensure that with better roads, better lighting, with electricity, supplying electricity and ensuring that our streets are not dark and all of that, that you will discourage who wants to start stealing under the glare of the street light. I agree that there are those who are unyielding in their determination to commit crime. As we say in Benin, those ones, we will pursue them. You will pursue them with the facilities that you have available, but you can prevent crime. You can prevent crime by ensuring that you have infrastructure in place like electricity and so on. Lastly, you can properly equip your own security outfits and ensure that they have proper equipment. In today's world, policing without tracking equipment is almost useless. In today's world, policing without proper technology is almost useless. So we must, what that thing that they call security vote, it is meant for security. And it's not meant to be doled out to cronies and friends of governor. You are supposed to use it for security. If I were governor, I will invest in infrastructure to ensure that working with the police, working with the state security services, working with the security outfit that we will create, we will be able to secure our environment. It is a dynamic situation, and we must continue to think out of the box. So that would be my answer, MegaComrade.
Okay. We have a lot of problem in Edo, starting from insecurity to electricity. What are your plans towards in terms of there's no a country that grow without electricity, and without security, it is difficult for to attract foreign investors. Even we, Edo in diaspora, what are your plans in terms of electricity? How you can be able to expound or bring the urban and rural area together, and so that we all can excel together instead of if you look at what we know, like the village, like we have 7 local government in Edo South right now. Every part of the road are dilapidated. There's no electricity. What is your plan towards it? How do you plan to tackle all this?
Thank you, MegaComrade. So the good thing is that we are lucky. If there's one thing that the outgone President Buhari did that we must be grateful for, is that he enabled a constitutional amendment that has allowed for subnational state governments to participate in the generation in the electricity sector. Mm-hmm. One of the challenges that state governments had previously was that they really couldn't participate directly in that sector because it was in the exclusive legislative list. Now that we have state governments being able to participate, you can be sure that I have major plans to ensure that as a state, we power up the entire state. Now, I will not go for big power plants. No, I will go for mini plants dotted around the state so that, one, we can power up our agricultural space so that our farmers can do proper farming, mechanized farming, and all of that. We power up our schools. So 2 megawatts, 3 megawatts, 5 megawatt plants all over the place. And then, of course, putting the distribution network in place. It is not going to be cheap, MegaComrade, I must assure you. So the challenge will be to find the money. As a lawyer, I have been in electricity law for over 20 years. So I understand the electricity market. I understand the electricity market structure. It is not cheap. So as a state, we will have to prioritize power so that when we are budgeting, we are going to prioritize participating. We will do it in PPPs. We will have private sector collaborators. We will ensure that we have enough money to meet our own equity contribution and ensure that they build these power plants around key areas of the state. We will look at the sectors of the economy that we want to boost. I've already mentioned agriculture, health, education. We will ensure that we have power plants in cluster areas so that when these power plants are there, you can light up. Look, once you have power, your small and medium scale enterprises, which are the drivers of any economy, they will be fine. The barber shop, the beauty salon, the pepper seller, pepper grinder. Once they have power, you have, by just providing power, you have ignited your economy. So for me, it will be a matter of high priority to spend whatever we have on power. Like I said, thank goodness.
I think we lost him. He's going to be back. Please go ahead and share this video. I cannot share due to the zone that I am right now. So it is really, really difficult here in Dubai in terms of networking and all that. So I believe he's going to be back on air in about a few minutes. So guys, go ahead, do the needful, share this video as soon as possible. And the phone line you're going to be calling on is the same phone number. Pick up a pen right now. I'm going to give it out. The number is +1 469 618 2990 on WhatsApp only. You can only call me on WhatsApp. Okay? You can only call on WhatsApp only. So, so today is going to be interesting, and let me read some comment. They compare rice with what? Okay. So I want you all to be nice, to be polite. We are going to be civil here. You know, PFN situation where a lot of people have been running away. So I want them to see that PFN situation room is not a place anybody should be running away from. So everyone need to calm down. I'm going to open the phone line in about a few minutes as soon as we get our brother back. So waiting on him to join us. But meanwhile, let us see if we can help on the situation. So APC and PDP trying to take the back. See, okay, fair enough. So we are still waiting on the network. I don't want to exit him here because I don't know. Okay, so you have, as you can see, broadcasting live from Dubai. It's not easy over here. It's not easy. Network problem is a big issue here. I think this is a police country, a police state, whereby they control everything. You know what I'm saying? So please share this video on every WhatsApp. Now we are going to open our phone line. You can only call me on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp only. On WhatsApp only. Okay. Let me pick the first call. Hello. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from America.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Eddie. I heard him speak and he was speaking about security. But for me, I wanted him to come, so I would suggest to him that I think I wanted to also suggest this to Dr. Aswin as well. I think personally the way to go about our security is just the way they go about security here in the United States. Okay. Now the truth is,
okay, hold on, sir.
We know that.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, please. It's gonna be 2 minutes. Just go straight to what you're gonna talk about. You were still talking, but hence you are already on the phone. Just go ahead. Yes. Go ahead and go straight to your question.
MegaComrade, can you confirm that you can hear me?
Okay, but
can you repeat that, my brother?
No, I just wanted to be sure you can hear me.
Okay, so it's a question.
Caller, hold on. Be patient. Go ahead, Barrister.
Oh, I was just saying that, you know, I got cut off, and so I'm back on, and you can hear me?
Yeah, the whole world can hear you loud and clear. Perfect. Thank you. Go ahead, caller from United States.
Okay. So my thing is, Edo State does not have the resources for that kind of security he was talking about. Edo State doesn't have the money. So why not, it's a question, so why not set up or invite private companies to have kind of resources they use here?
Okay, your line is off and on. It's kind of fading away. I don't know if Akpata heard you, but I believe he heard your question.
MegaComrade, I think he says that we don't have. He obviously listened to my suggestions regarding security and what any state government can do. I have suggested partnering with the police, helping them with equipment and all that. And the gentleman says that Edo doesn't have that kind of money. I don't know how he has arrived at that conclusion. Last time I checked, Edo is grossing 16 billion, is it a month or something? So it all depends on what you want to do with your money, what your priorities are. So what are we talking about? Mobility for the police, tracking devices for the security service, state security services. That is what I'm referring to. Every state government does that. But in Edo State, what I see is buying a few second-hand Siennas given to police. That will not work. We have to have proper cars, proper four-wheel drives, proper helices, double cabin helices, and then tracking devices. The gentleman who called, MegaComrade, he says, why don't we do it the way it's done in America, where they give they contract security to some private outfits. Well, I'm not so sure. You see, we all have our own different legal frameworks. If you want to contract to private security outfits, that means you probably don't want them to bear arms, right? Because there are rules and regular rules based on our own laws on the kind of arms that non-police officers can bear or can carry around the country, and there are restrictions. So we do have private security guards in Nigeria, private security companies in Nigeria, but the kind of policing that we're talking about, I don't think that that is supposed to be how do I put it? I don't think that would be enough to fight crime the way we want to fight it. Private security can't do that. And as I mentioned earlier,
I think we lost him again.
Unfortunately, we don't have state police yet in Nigeria. It's not allowed. So we cannot have state police. And definitely, it's not private outfits or private companies that...
Okay.
Can you hear me, MegaComrade?
Yeah, we can hear you, but the network is breaking. It's okay. We can deal with that. That's all right. Okay, thanks for your response. We have someone on the phone. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, MegaComrade.
Yeah, good evening.
Davidson calling from Radio Armenia.
Italy. Okay, go ahead.
So I want to ask our incoming governor question. Sir, if you emerge as the governor of Edo State, what are you going to do about the court killing in Edo State? Number one. Number two, are you going to emulate the governor of Abia State or do more than him? That's just my two simple questions, sir.
Okay, you have to wait. It's offline right now. I think his network is really...
Oh, yeah, I can see.
Okay, go ahead and repeat your question again.
Number one question. What are you going to solve the court killing in Edo State? Number two, is he going to do more than Abia State governor, or is he going to emulate the same thing the man is doing? That is just my question, sir.
Okay, you can go ahead and hang up. Go ahead.
Yeah, MegaComrade, the gentleman from Italy, I missed his name. First question, how are you going to stop the cult killings in Edo State? I believe that's what he said.
Correct.
And so cult killings, as far as I'm concerned, I think it has become such a deep, deep problem, cultism. I attended the University of Benin. We had cultism in school, there's no doubt. But at that time, when people left school, they left cultism in school and they went on to look for jobs. They went on to build their lives. But today, kids leave the university and then they continue as cultists in townships, and politicians use them in every election cycle. So it is. I would have come with an easy answer and say, we will prosecute them, we'll take them to court. But I think I think that begs the question. What we need to do is, firstly, ensure that we have outlets where our young people can be gainfully employed, where our young people can find work. That is the first thing we need to do. Idle mind is a devil's workshop. We must ensure that our people have work. Now, when you deal with that, you now go to the issue of, we have talked about security already. Now, you now go to the issue of security. We know where these guys are, these cultists. Our state security service, all they need is proper tracking devices. You can track these guys down, those who refuse to leave cultism. You can track them down and you can apprehend them. You can prosecute the ones who refuse to leave the cultism, those who continue to harass the citizens. But I must assure you that my approach will be two-pronged. I must go to root cause. It is only someone who did not live or grew up in Edo that will not understand that you have to go to the root cause. These so-called cultists They are our brothers. They are our friends. There's no denying it. So we must go deep and find out, how do we get to the bottom of it? If you now go and start treating symptoms, you don't treat the real malaise. So while we ensure that there's security and there is law enforcement in place to try and deal with the problem, we must go to the root cause. How do we rechannel this negative energy? How do we get these young people to be gainfully engaged? You will find out that 60 to 70% of the problem can be solved in that manner. Just trying to find out, how come these guys come out of school, what do you do to get them engaged? If the guy has a job that's paying him well, taking care of his family, I don't think he will want to pick up a gun and go around fighting cult wars and shooting people. I think that we have not done enough of a deep dive to look into it. So our friend, our brother from Italy, I hope I've been able to give you a glimpse of how I intend to tackle this problem. Cultism is something that we must look at. It's not an open and shut case. We must look at it in a multifaceted manner. Abia State, I was in Umuahia a couple of days ago, or about a week ago, to sit with my friend and my brother, Alex Oti, just to understand how he's dealing with governance in Abia State with limited resources. I'm very proud of what he's doing, very proud of what he has done so far, and definitely we'll borrow a leaf or two from him. I have my own ideas, and I like challenges. I like challenges. So, of course, my own ambition or my own aim is to outdo him. It's healthy competition. I want, when the story is told, I don't know the carry last, so you can be sure that I will be competing actively if I become governor of Edo State, to be sure to ensure that I put Edo on the world map as a poster child for good governance, for ensuring that our policies and programs affect the majority of the people. I see what he has done with power in Aba. I'm very familiar with that project. I've worked for that company before, Geometric. You can be sure that we're going to replicate that in Benin City and the other cities in Edo State. There must be power. So definitely, Dr. Oti is one from whom I intend to borrow more than one leaf in terms of how to deal with modern day governance.
Okay. Caller. Okay, let's take another call. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, please speak louder. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yes.
And don't forget to share this video.
Name is Victor.
I can't share.
My name is Victor. My name is Victor. I'm calling from Finland.
Okay. Go ahead, Victor.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Olumide Akpata.
Hi, Victor.
My question, I want to ask, what do you think you will do differently in the area of electricity? Because every 8 years.
Go ahead. Hello. I think
differently in the area of electricity.
We barely hear you. Go ahead. Can you repeat your question, sir?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Olumide, I was asking, I said, what do you think you will do differently when it comes to electricity in Edo State? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you, Victor.
I said when it comes to electricity, what do you think you will do differently?
I heard you.
What do you think you will do to ensure there is a stable power supply in Edo State?
Yeah, so can I proceed to answer, or you have another one?
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Akpata.
Yes.
Okay, I think we have spoken to the issue of electricity already, but it's a very important subject that it doesn't really matter how many times we repeat repeat or dwell on the issue. I already mentioned, Victor, that we are lucky. We are quite lucky that the laws in Nigeria have been amended to allow state governments to participate in the electricity sector. So that makes life a whole lot easier for any chief executive officer of a state, because you are now legally empowered to participate in that sector. This was not the case before. So previous governments have had to try to find, previous state governments have had to try to find ways of ensuring that there's power in their states, even though they could not participate directly. So what will I do differently? Thank goodness the law has changed. Edo State will be an active player in the power space because it is in our interest to do that. We will collaborate with private sector players, and we will be an active player in the generation side of the business, and we will also be an active player in the distribution side of the business. In the generation side of the business, our model will be to build smaller power plants dotted around the state so that we can power more areas of the state, so that we don't invest in big plants, huge plants, or rather we do smaller plants so that we can reach the rural areas. We can also power the urban areas. We can power we have what they call captive power plants, so that you can now power even your industrial parks, you can power your universities, you can power your hospitals. So it is going to be much easier, but it's not going to be cheap. So we have a plan to work with investors who will bring capital. We have some of our own money as a state from our allocation from federal and also our IGR. A huge chunk of that will have to be spent on infrastructure, which includes power. Roads and power and health will consume a chunk of our, and education inclusive, will consume a chunk of our income. So, and you know, there are organizations all over the world that are very interested. There's one group called Light Up Africa. They're very interested in ensuring that power is provided, is available all over the continent. You can be sure that we will partner with these groups. We will partner with these groups to provide power for Edo State. Like I said to MegaComrade before you called, Victor, I have been a lawyer in the electricity sector for over 25 years. I was in the sector already when NEPA was privatized. I have a clear understanding of the way the sector works. That gives me an advantage. I understand the market. I understand the mechanics of it. So you can be sure that I will bring that knowledge to bear on Edo State's participation in the sector. So, Victor, that is what I intend to do differently. I intend to make sure that Edo State is actively participating in that sector, so that at the end of the day, our people will have power.
All right.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. One more question for you.
No,
sir. Sorry.
No, we have to pick another call, Victor. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, caller. Your name and where are you calling from? Hello, your name and where are you calling from? Can you talk?
Good evening.
Yeah, you need to put.
Good evening, comrade.
Yes, good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from US. My name is Prince.
Okay, go ahead.
So, yes. My governor, good evening, sir. I want to thank you for your presence, because it's been difficult to have some of us come on board to talk to us on what their plans are. First of all, I know you've been in the power sector legally. You've been in the power sector legally, and I'm very happy for that. So that is aside. Secondly, they say he that wants to come to equity will come with clear hands. And person when in mama they market not the true stone, or who they live for glass are not the true stone. So I want to just ask. There are some things which I also am aware that is on ground in
MegaComrade, can you hear me, sir?
and you are.
Okay, what is your question, sir? Caller.
My ideology problem.
Your network is bad, caller. Please. Mr. Olumide, did you hear this question? Akpata.
No, I didn't hear Prince only. I only heard the part about who they stay glass house, not the true stone. So I didn't quite get Prince's question.
Okay, let's take another call, please. When you are calling, you all should be, make sure your network is okay and is stable, in order not to waste much time, okay? Let's pick another call. Hello, caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, sir. My name is Frank, and I'm calling from Dublin.
Okay, go ahead. From Dublin.
I just want to ask the Labour Party candidate. It's like a question also, like if he has like idea of what to do. The people that is going to be on his cabinet, are they going to reside in their local government from there to be coming to work? Not all of them packing themselves to stay in GRA. Why they live insecurity in their community? Because if they stay in their community, from there they come to work every day, then they will provide security in their community. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about.
Yes, I completely understand you. Yeah, go ahead.
So they have to come from their whole local government, straight down to attend their work. After their job, they have to go back. If they're from Oriomo, they have to come from Oriomo. If they're from Oluku, they have to stay in Oluku. If they're from like Igbobazuwa, they have to stay in Igbobazuwa. Those that reside in Benin will also stay in their street, in their community. Not all of them package their set to Sadebe Avenue. So that's all, sir.
All right. Go ahead.
There will be security.
Okay.
With that, there will be security, sir.
All right.
If they are coming from their home, their ancestral home.
All right. Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Akpata.
Thank you, MegaComrade. That is not practical or practicable. So what of the man who comes from Ososo in Akoko Edo and the man who comes from Ibilo or Somorika Hills? Will he drive to Benin every day from his local government? No, that's not possible. But what I have promised is that even I, as governor, I will not spend all my time in Benin. I have promised that as governor, you can be sure that on a monthly basis, we will move government around, the seat of government. We will move the seat of government to Edo Central, to Edo North, so that we can understand clearly what the challenges of the people are firsthand. So you can be sure that there will be times when you come to Benin City and we will you will be told that the governor is operating out of Ekpoma this month or this week, or the governor is operating out of Auchi or from Jatu. So that's what we can do. But to say that your commissioners should live in their villages, you know the problem, MegaComrade? The problem is that previous administrations have obliterated local government authorities. Because what my brother Frank is speaking to, really, if our local government authorities were up and running, that is the government that is closest to the people. And that is the government that's supposed to operate. MegaComrade, you live in Texas, I believe. You know that the Americans are passionate about mayoral elections because those local governments, the mayor is our local government chairman here. That is the government that impacts on the people. And so I, as a governor, would ensure that we do not eclipse local government administration. The local government, if you ask me, what would I do about a local government chairman who is living in Benin City? I will give marching orders to the extent that I have control over that space. And I will call out any local government chairman who is living in Benin and who is not Oredo or Ego or Bobaoha. If you are Ovia local government chairman, you must be Ovia Southwest. You must be in Igwebazua. If you are Igwebe, you must be in Igwebe. That one, my brother Frank. Yes, I will agree with you because that is the problem. Local government chairmen who live in Benin City and pretend or say that they are running their local government from Benin City, not commissioners. Commissioners will have to stay closer to the seat of government, but from time to time, government will move around. The seat of government will move around and the commissioners will move where necessary. So, Frank, that will be my response to your question/suggestion.
Okay. All right. Let's pick another call. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, this is Kevin calling from Edo State.
Okay, go ahead. Kevin, you have a network connect. Call. Hello. 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 Okay. We are picking another call again. This should be Dubai problem. This should not be everybody's problem. Hello.
Hello, good evening, MegaComrade.
Yeah, good evening.
No, good evening, MegaComrade.
Yes, good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Italy, Pato.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sir. I greet you, sir. I want to use this opportunity to greet my brother, Mr. Akpata.
Well, bro, how you doing?
You see Gele. You see that Gele. If they give up Gele, that Gele support, I believe those state go there okay. For Gele go free generate how many workers? More than 1,000 workers in those states. That will be a measure to give our
We're having a network.
Work.
Okay.
And that Gele, we are Gele. That's Gele. And you can see pass through Toka. They go through Toka to Gele. And you can stop pass to Gele. If they give Gele, if they do that support to give that support to Edo, you'll see say Edo.
Okay. So what it meant is about the Gele. Mr. Akpata, what do you think?
We do go about
network is bad.
Thank you. That was my question to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Let me go ahead and concerning Gele seaport, you know about Gele, Mr. Akpata, right? Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what do you intend to do about Gele?
Well, first and foremost, I hear what you talk, and I hear Gele. For me, I will not run a government that jettisons everything that a previous administration has done, even where there's value. So for me, I have heard a lot about Gele. I have done my investigations. I am still investigating. Definitely a port would, a seaport would definitely bolster or serve as a boost to the economy of any state. So I've heard of Gele for many years now. I'm yet to hear that it is up and running. If I become governor, you can be sure that, as the Americans say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So definitely, if it is working or if it is a workable project, we will definitely build on it and ensure that we improve upon it and ensure that at the end of the day, Edo State has a functional port. I understand that it's ongoing. I know that there's a committee running to ensure that the port actually comes on stream or online. I don't know if this administration will be able to complete it before it leaves. I honestly cannot tell you where they are on that project. All I know is that from the reports that I have read, that that project is in the works. Government is a continuum. So in the event that I succeed, the current governor, if I become governor, you can be sure that I will build on it, will add value to the project, bring other add-ons that will ensure that we maximize the benefit of having that kind of project sited in Edo State. So for me, I agree totally with our brother who called from Italy that we definitely need to look closely at that project, so that it can help our economy.
Okay, it sounds good. Before we pick another call, let me quickly throw in one question here. It is, politics is it's easy when you are campaigning, letting people know what you're going to do, what you are not going to do. But you make in terms of cultism, how you are going to help fight cultism. By this Gele, you also pledging that you will start from where the governor stopped if he did not complete it, which is good. But here is my fear. How are you going to be able to do all this when you don't have a majority in House of Assembly? your party barely have, I don't even know, you know, how are you thinking, how are you going to be able to do all this without having your party, Labour Party member in the House of Edo State House of Assembly?
Well, MegaComrade, history is replete with governors who have worked with a minority, with their party being in the minority. There are examples that abound. I don't see a House of Assembly, whether they are led by PDP, coming against me if I want to fight cultism. I don't see a House of Assembly, whether they are majority APC, coming against me if I want to develop Gele Port. So I am very optimistic that when one is sincere in your approach to governance, when you approach governance with the right mindset, and that you are people-oriented, the people will rise in support of any program that you bring that is for their benefit. If they see that their legislators are standing in the way of their projects. If, on the other hand, I become a governor who is only interested in lining my pockets, then I will have problems. But if I am a governor who is there to bring about projects that are people-friendly, people-impacting, I don't see any House of Assembly that will now stand in the way of progress for the people. As you know, Labour Party is for the people and the people are for Labour Party. Any legislator or any House of Assembly that decides to set themselves up as an obstruction to the people's progress, they will be shown the way out. I have no doubt in my mind that the people will rise in support of my government in the event that we have a legislature that is obstructionist in their approach to lawmaking. I'm very confident. I'm coming to government with sincerity of purpose. I'm coming there to deal with the needs of the people, and the people will definitely protect my government. So I have no hang-ups about how this is going to play out. So, like I said, there are governors who have worked with assemblies that their party was not in control of.
Today, Sunday, May 12, 2024, you pledged that you are going to do whatever it takes to de-escalate the problem of cultism and fight cultism in Edo State. Is that what you pledged, Mr. Akpata?
I am giving you my pledge, MegaComrade. Today, 12th of May 2024, I am giving you my pledge that I will do everything within my power to de-escalate cultism. All I said earlier was that I will look into root causes. I am not going to paper over the cracks or try to put band-aid over a deep cut. You and I know that will not be sustainable. That will not achieve the long-term objective. So we will have to go, and like I said, I went to the University of Benin. I've spent a huge chunk of my life in Benin. I understand the antecedents. I know when the first person was killed at the University of Benin in 1991, 1992, when cultism began to take a dimension that none of us contemplated. So we need to look into this. How cultism has now, cult groups have now become, they're now outside of campuses, they are now entrenched in the cities, in towns. We need to look at it and understand why. You know, like I said, it's negative energy that can be rechanneled. We are talking about security issues in our states. You understand what I mean? We can rechannel negative energy. I don't think anybody sets out to be a criminal. They just want to come and terrorize our state. No, I don't think so. Man, like I said, they're our brothers. They're our friends. There are some cults, there are some groups. They don't even like to be called cults. They call themselves associations. They tell us time and time again that there are associations that are set up for legitimate purposes. So let us engage with them. Let us interrogate the issue closely and find out how we can use these associations for good and not for bad. So you have my pledge, MegaComrade.
Okay. I would have. I applaud your courage. I have to be honest. I applaud your courage. But do you not think this might affect your campaign? Because pledging to fight cultism in Edo is difficult thing to do. And another thing I want to ask you, I want a yes or no answer on this. Do you belong to any group? Yes or no?
When you say group, you mean a cult?
Yes.
No, I don't belong to any of them. When we were in school, I made a conscious decision not to be a member of any of those groups. But do I have friends who belong to those groups? Absolutely, yes. Do I have relatives who belong to those groups? Yes. They are amongst us. We grew up, we're in Benin here. They are amongst us.
Okay.
So there's no need
fair enough.
ostrich.
Okay, fair enough. Let's take another question. Let's move out of that place. Hello, caller. Your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, caller. Hello, MegaComrade. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is good evening to Mr. Olumide. This is Fidelis calling from the United States in the state of Colorado.
Okay.
Let me give a special greetings to Mr. Olumide. And I want to tell the people of Edo State that they have the unique opportunity to be like Abia State. I think by now they must have seen the effect of godfatherism in River State. River State is now like a theater, and there's no peace there. So the people don't even know who is their governor. So the Edo people have the unique opportunity to elect a governor who will serve their interests. We have seen how somebody said he helps somebody to prepare for the wedding, and he wants to be sleeping with the friend's wife. That is how bad it is now in River State. So I want to encourage the Edo people to elect a governor who will serve their interests, and Mr. Olumide is the answer. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, caller.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. I'm very grateful for your kind words.
Okay, I'm going to, before we pick another call, let me respond to. It is good that Mr. Akpata clear himself here, because I'm a neutral man, just like him. I'm a neutral man. I don't belong to any group at all. I do not belong to any group. But I have friends, I have fans, I have families that associate with all this group. But you should applaud me for making him to, that will attract a lot of people. Like someone like me now, I have a second thought about him right now. Because not how I feel before, I'm feeling now, a new trauma. I'm a new trauma. So maybe that will help you, commenter. Let's go ahead. Hello, caller. Can you lower what you are using to watch me, please?
MegaComrade.
Yes, sir.
Mega, if you let me just make one comment.
Go ahead.
Let's look at this issue of cultism again. What I hate and I cannot stand is hypocrisy. So when you see me talk about these groups, because just like you have just mentioned, you have friends who are there. Me too, I have friends who are there. So I am very happy you brought up this point. Neo-Black movement, Mafites, Mafia, whatever names they go by. I am more interested in finding out how we can ensure that these guys don't terrorize Edo State. We engage with them and see how we can reorganize that space and ensure that they're not. But what I don't like, people come out here, they castigate them, they say this and that about, oh, we will do this, we will do that. Meanwhile, at the end of the day, they are the ones who are customers to, they are the ones who go and patronize them. That is the hypocrisy that I cry out against. They go and patronize them to use them for politics, the season for election season. Then tomorrow, when they hear that there are killings going on, you leave a man with a gun. What do you think he's going to do with it? Will he suck on it like a lollipop? No. A gun is meant for one thing only. So you have used him to achieve your aims in election season, and then you are not crying because he went and killed somebody down the road. When, of course, in downtime, he's not receiving any money from you anymore. We must focus on the root cause or root causes. That's why I just say I should mention to you. So I'm not ashamed to say I know people who belong to these groups. No. I will be lying to you if I say I don't know them. Do you understand what I mean? So we must call all those. I'm sure you heard about the issues I had at the University of Benin recently. I went to the University of Benin.
I really did not pay attention to it because anything cultism, I stay out of it. Go ahead.
I went to the University of Benin on the invitation of the Senior Staff Club to address them. And then the next thing, the event was attacked by some group of people who came and then disrupted the event. At the end of the day, a lecturer was hacked in the head with an axe and all of that. Where we are today is that some of those who were involved apparently were students of the school. Others were former students of the school. They are being used and teleguided by third parties from outside. Now we have a situation where final year students are running the risk of being rusticated, expelled from the school because they are being used by third parties from outside. Then those people will now come and complain, say, hey, cultism, they be new, cultism, they not let us rest. So when they are the enablers, of cultism. So that is the point I wanted to make, MegaComrade. It could make we look inside.
All right.
Make we ask ourselves, say, if customer not there, if customer person, they're not going to sell market.
All right. Let's pick another call. Hello. Please, whenever you call, lower whatever device you are using to listen to me. Lower it before you call. If not, when I answer your call, I'm going to turn it off. I just said that. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, yes. My name is Eddie again from the United States. I think he didn't on
critical battery. Please charge.
Security before.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to clarify quickly. The thing is, you have now understand that security is important because everything we have all been talking about here based on security, right?
Correct.
We know that those states is poor. Our resources is low. That's the truth. Because we want better things, for example, rail and all that, which you are going to do. Now, decentralizing security is very important. That's where my question comes in. My question is, can you set up a centralized system where a phone number like 911 can be called in and a lot of phone receivers will be there where other security agencies like the police and other agencies can then work on those numbers of calls. And then the security companies I'm talking about is those ones that will be selling the cameras, reducing and subsidizing the rate for those cameras so that a normal person can put a camera in their compound, in their streets. Street lights will be easier to access, stuff like that. It will then reduce the amount of money Edo State government will spend. Then Edo State government cannot use that to buy more ambulance and help with the hospitals that will still be used for that same phone number. So is there a way we can do this?
Go ahead.
I think MegaComrade, this gentleman was the one who called earlier and talked about private sector. So he says that I misunderstood his question. So I think I've gotten some more clarity now from his question, and I think we're on the same page. Because what I'm saying, the first thing he must understand is there's something called the legal framework. So you must understand your reality as a governor. What can you do and what can you not do? So I understand him clearly now. And I think MegaComrade, you will remember, saying, now this same thing now they talk, say, you can cooperate with the police, firstly, help them with mobility, help them with communication gadgets, and all of that. It's a risky game, because the truth of the matter is that if the Inspector General of Police decides, say, the hillocks when you dash Benin Police, the next day you see the hillocks for Kaduna, there's not much you can do about it. But you still have to collaborate with them in the expectation that they will exhibit good faith. Now, speaking to what this, I think his name is Eddie, what Eddie from the US has said now is that Yes, that is the point I'm making. I gave you the example in Anambra when Willie Obiano was governor. Put street lights. Yes, we definitely can put street lights so that you reduce crime. Yes, we can install CCTV and you have a central, you have a control room where you are monitoring the CCTV so that you can, all of this is to help police do their jobs. Yes, you can have a call center where you can, your 999, your 911 or be whatever it's called, call center, you can help the police with 911 call centers. Give them, speak to Airtel, speak to MTN, help the police, pay for the communication gadgets so that people can report crime. And then when they report the crime, if the police have no car or vehicle to go to the scene of the crime, it means nothing. So it is a value chain that you are only as strong as your weakest link. So if there's communication, there has to be mobility. If there's mobility, there has to be infrastructure so that they can get to the venue, to the scene of the crime, right? So I totally agree with you that there must be out of the box thinking so that we can talk with the police, but it goes to my initial point. We must collaborate with the police. You understand? And then we must make sure that there are sanctions, right? We must make sure that when criminals are apprehended, the system is working. That's one we have some control over. We must make sure that cases move through our justice system quickly enough. We must make sure that when they are apprehended, they are taken through the court system, they are sanctioned, they are sent to prison where you need to send them to prison, so that people know that the system works. That's the value chain that we need to work on. So
okay.
I think I understand the question, and I hope he understands me too.
All right, we have a caller. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, MegaComrade. Good evening, Mr. Olumide Akpata. My name is David.
Evening,
I'm calling from Lagos.
From Lagos. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. So please, I want to first appreciate Mr. Akpata for giving Edo people the opportunity. You know, I call it a ray of hope for the Edo people. This opportunity he has given the Edo people, or he is given to choose a leader that's going to, steer the state apart, aright, and that's going to choose the people first, place the people on the pedestal, like he has said. I have seen what he did in the NBA, and I was more than impressed, and I know he's able to replicate that in Edo State. But the question I want to ask now, sir, is this. Most of us in the last general election, we went out to exercise our right to vote, and before our very eyes, our right was snatched away from us. Our choice was snatched away from us. So what I want to know now is that well-meaning Edo people that have decided, to latch onto this opportunity to choose a leader that will place them above politics, what are you going to? So I recognize that, again, it is the duty of the government to provide security for voters and to ensure that the electoral process is free and fair. But what are you going to do, sir, to help or to augment, if I may put it that way, and to ensure that we have come out to vote for Olumide Akpata? It is ensure that our votes are counted as a cast, and the votes are recorded and announced as we have voted. That's my question, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, David. I'm really grateful for your question, and I hope all is well in Lagos. Well, you see...
Yes, all is well in Lagos, sir.
Excellent. So, you see, the way when I look this matter, MegaComrade, is person get a shiny eye. You know what I mean? I'm not the kind of person, I don't wear rose-colored glasses. I don't look at life in simplistic terms. So there are certain elements in the electoral process that must be in place if you want to succeed. And so INEC, we must ensure that INEC are up and doing. But also any political party that wants to make any impact in the electoral process, you must have boots on the ground. In Edo, we have over 4,500 polling units. If you don't have your agents in those units to monitor the process, you never start. So it is a very, very intense process. Politics has two sides. There's the show business side, where we are jumping from stage to stage, rally to rally. But there is also the drilling down. Do you have boots on the ground? Do you have people manning the process? A lot of the losses that the Labour Party sustained in the last election really had to do with the fact that we did not have enough boots on the ground. Even though I agree that the outcome was a disservice to those who went out to vote on that day. But I think hindsight is 2020. Now that we know, I always use the quote from Chinua Achebe's book, Things Fall Apart, about ever since the hunter has ever since the bird learned to fly without perching, the hunter has learned to shoot without missing, right? So we know the elements. We know the elements of the electoral process. We must ensure that they are in place. Security. I'll give you an example. In MegaComrade, when we were having the primaries at the Labour Party, we had a problem. MegaComrade, can you hear me? You are muted, though.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had a problem where, at the level of my party, the party had not supplied the addresses of all our ward offices or ward secretariats where the primaries were to be held. It may have been an omission, it may have just been a mistake, but we did not have those addresses. I wrote a letter to INEC asking INEC to compel the party to provide those addresses so that we, as the participants in that process, would know where the ward congresses are to be held. Now, you have to understand the system so that the system will be made to work for you. Others were moving around blissfully oblivious of the danger of not knowing where ward congresses will be held. If you don't know where ward congresses will be held, you have not started. You will get to the primaries and you will see a delegates list that is strange to you. But if you know where the ward congresses will be held, you can monitor it. INEC can monitor. Security agents can monitor it. So you must understand the system. Any game that you want to participate in, you must learn the rules of the game. So, speaking to David from Lagos, you can be sure that I not come here, Luke Bridge. We are going to ensure that all that needs to be done will be done. We will activate all processes to ensure that the will of the people will be done and protected. If I lose, let me lose fair and square. I will not lose because somebody has manipulated this. When we go from that, don't forget that it is INEC, because you know that, like no other country in the world, in the electoral process. So you know that we must also tribunals to be sure that the outcome, we must be alive. As they say, where MegaComrade, if you snooze, you lose. If you close, they don't do you the thing. So shine your eye. David, that's all I can say.
Okay. Talking about this of the manipulation of election and others, you know, APC President Tinubu is a different kind of a political leader that knows how to get the job done. Ain't you worried about this Edo State upcoming gubernatorial election of not being fair?
MegaComrade, can you hear me? I can hear you.
How the election will be conducted. Do you worry about election will be free or fair, this upcoming election, knowing that President Tinubu is in power and the federal mind is in favor of All Progressive Congress?
What I do, MegaComrade, in matters like this, I don't worry. I have never seen anything that worry has been able to achieve. So I don't worry. I just make sure that I am aware. I'm aware of challenges. I am able to go back to the drawing board and do my permutations based on challenges that my team and I have identified. You are right. I am coming up against PDP, that is the incumbent government in Edo State, and I'm also coming up against APC, that is the incumbent government at federal. So one would have to do our permutations in such a way that we are ready for whatever challenges or whatever may come our way because of these formidable forces that we are up against. But look at Bayelsa, the elections that just happened in Bayelsa. There was an incumbent governor of the PDP who was in office, and there was an APC candidate, and President Tinubu was there. He was president. Bayelsa is just a couple of months ago. Tinubu was president. We had the candidate of the APC that was once a minister in the same state. He did not win that. Politics and electioneering is not a clear. There are nuances that one.
We're having a net.
I'm sorry.
I promise if we. Hello, Mr. Akpata, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you.
Okay. We're having network difficulty. We're going to manage it. What I can assure you, what we could not finish here, as soon as I arrive in the United States, I am going to book you back home where we have a stable and strong network. But however, let's go on. Here is I can give you all time that you want. Now you are seeing the PFN situation room. It's not what they told you it looked like or how they said it's going to be. So you cannot relate the information to them. Oh, look at it. PFN situation room is a very good place. Let me ask you this question, Mr. Olumide Akpata. You have been a lawyer for a long time now, according to you. How have you able to impact the life of irregular migration, those innocent Edo citizens who were taken from their home, brainwashed, lied to, and most of them are stranded in sub-Saharan Africa? A lot of them lost their life trying to struggle and cross the sea. Mediterranean Sea took their life. What impact, what is your antecedent about irregular migration? What have you done that have helped the innocent poor citizens who are struggling to survive in Edo? Can you tell us one or two, three things where you have fought for the irregular migration victims?
I'm a corporate lawyer.
Okay. Okay. We are hearing you.
MegaComrade, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
MegaComrade, I'm a corporate lawyer. I do electricity law. Fortunately, I don't do international migration. I'm a question you just asked me now is like asking to help women in pregnancy. You know, there are lawyers who are trained to help. Do international
We're having
law.
A network difficulty. Yeah, let me clarify. Let me clarify my question. Can you hear me, Mr. Akpata?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, let me clarify so that both of us will be on there. You know, as a successful man, an Edo man, Edo son, over Edo Putikba, you might have heard about the problem our Edo citizens have been going through in sub-Saharan Africa on human trafficking and others. I believe you heard about it. Yes or no, my brother?
Yes.
Okay. How have you able to impact those victims' life? Because you are not going to be a governor. We want to know your antecedent of how you have fought for the innocent poor citizen. This is where I am. I am a correctional officer by profession. I am not, but I'm doing the best I can. My antecedent is I've moved from my profession, tried to help and see how I can rescue our innocent poor citizen. What have you done? And if you have not done anything, what is your plan towards how you're going to tackle the problem of irregular migration and victim of human trafficking?
So, there's a lady whose name I will not mention, highly placed government official, has taken as her passion this issue of migration. She used to be Attorney General, collaborated with her before now on that issue. But I have not really organization or any group that is working towards, or at least I've not been approached by any to that you were referring to what have I done in my capacity as a lawyer. So I was telling you that that's not my field. But I have not done people this illegal migration. But like I said, there's this particular person about it, and I have collaborated with her in the past. However, if I were to become my responsibility, and you can be sure, and I've spoken, it will be incumbent on us as a government. Our governments, we will need to look in, because a lot of times the country is tough. I know people in Lithuania, in Slovenia, in countries that you will not think you will see anybody. They're there. Let us you take nurses, for example. Nurses want to travel. You in England and help them to ensure that our Edo nurses who want to travel, you have a regulation, spot them, and they can go and work in England as nurses. When you want to, if government can stand as guarantor, if government can stand as a guarantor of sorts, if the space is regulated, you will not find that person now traveling to Niger, going through the Agadez, going through Sahara, going across the Mediterranean. I think that government will need to work with the diaspora. I promised our brother set up a diaspora commission if one does not exist already. Brothers and sisters in the diaspora, we can provide a platform to pursue greener pastures outside of Nigeria. A tedious and life-threatening.
I don't know if you all can hear me. Can you all hear me? We're having a major network difficulty. We are just going to address this irregular migration issue. Then we can schedule this for another day. Let me go ahead and make it clear one more time. We in diaspora, we are concerned about how our brothers and sisters are being, brainwashed at home, and they took them to all this sub-Saharan Africa, where they are stranded. A lot of them are in prison in Bamako, Libya, and the rest, Senegal, and others. I understand when I throw that question, some of your fans here will say he's a corporate lawyer. I want to make this clear. I understand he's a corporate lawyer. As an Edo indigenous, Edo son, we want to know his antecedent towards the innocent poor citizen, how he have fought for the poor. I am a correctional officer. Obama was a lawyer, but he was a community organizer. He was still moving from one place to another, trying to help. Governor Abe of Texas is a handicapped man. He cannot even walk, but he still do whatever it takes to tackle the problem of illegal migration in state border. So I will use this opportunity, sir, my brother, to give you a chance. What are you going to do to help those that are stranded in sub-Saharan Africa? If you can hear me.
MegaComrade. Mega.
Wow. We're having a network breakdown. I don't know if
can
it's
hear
from
you
Nigeria.
very well.
Okay, I can hear you too. Go ahead. Just go ahead. I can hear you too.
So this issue, we all have the different causes that we when you look at cancer survivor, right? So I am passionate pensions with regard to help humanity has been Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but your line is breaking, but it's okay.
So for me, the causes that I have chosen to support are those that have to do with health. I believe health is a human right. I believe I should help others because it is tough to be in that space. I help out in that space. But yes, in the event that migration as a major problem, some of them, so let us be frank, they actually to go. And at the end of the day, they now fall. I've heard about horror stories from Bamako and all. I will work with, because I know that they are the ones who have the numbers. They repatriate. You can be sure that those that are and ensure wherever they bring them back home, we have any government can do. Anybody, I know whenever you see them, they come back in camps. You can be sure that any Edo indigene wallow away in a camp and rehabilitate them and give them means of back home. That much you can be sure I will promise that.
Okay. All right, that's fair enough. What we're going to do, Mr. Akpata, I want to thank you. We're having a network breakdown. What we can do, I will make a pledge on air today. Any day of your choice, you can tell me where you can be able to tell us more what you're going to do during the campaign. Right now, we're having network problem. People are calling, they cannot go through. So I don't know where my own is very clear. I don't know, maybe it's from Nigeria or somehow. So if there's a way we can reschedule this. Please. Okay. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? We can't hear him. So it's difficult to hear him.
I can
okay,
hear
let's
you.
take one more call. I'll see. Okay. Hello, caller.
Hello, MegaComrade, Eranomigho.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
This is Felix from Dublin, Ireland.
Okay, please speak louder.
This is Felix from Dublin, Ireland.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let me say a very good evening to Barrister Akpata. Good evening, sir.
Domo.
Hello, sir. Okay, I don't think his network is very strong.
Yeah, his network where you are, his networking where you are in Nigeria is not strong. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now, I want to ask him just one or two questions, if you permit me. Okay.
Yeah, I hope he can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't follow from the beginning. I didn't know exactly what he said. I just tuned in by default. That was why I was more or less reluctant to ask anything because I don't know what he has said before now. So I'm not to be outside the scope of the discussion. I wanted to ask him what time did he join the Labour Party? What time did he join the Labour Party? That's question one. And
if I can get that question answered, I would have loved to ask him whether is he catching on the movement of the obedient last year to get supporters in Edo State in the platform of the Labour Party. Then I heard him talk about dealing with or how to resolve the electricity issue in Edo State. So I wanted to ask him, apart from politics, what can he say that Obaseki has done rightly or wrongly that he may want to correct when he gets to office? Thank you.
Okay. Unfortunately, the network there is very bad. So it's back on air now. I think it's back on air now. Barrister Akpata, can you hear me?
I can hear you, comrade. Can you hear me?
Okay. Here is his question. Caller, can you repeat your question one more time?
Okay. Barrister Akpata, good evening, sir.
Hear me?
Hello, sir. Yes. I wanted to ask you, because I didn't follow your discussion from the beginning, so I just came in not too long. So that's why I was more or less reluctant to ask question. But I heard you talking about how to deal with the...
Yeah, we can hear you.
How to deal with the...
MegaComrade, I heard all the three questions.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, go ahead. He said he heard your question. He heard everything. So go ahead, Barrister Akpata.
Had to do with when I joined the Labour Party. I joined the Labour Party March 20. March 2023.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
All right. Yeah, we can hear it, but we can't see you on video. Maybe later on, if you watch this video, you're going to see that the network is pretty bad. If you can hear me, I will give you...
I turned off...
Okay.
I turned off my video just so that to help to boost...
The network. Yeah, I see. I see.
So the first question, when did I... The obedience and whether I think with the obedience. Yes, I am. I'm working. A couple of weeks, a week ago or so, we had an... So I'm working very closely with the obedience in Edegbe. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can hear you. You have done your best today. I think we can...
I have worked closely with the obedience in Edo State in answering his... We had an obedience fitness walk for Akpata in Edo State. To do with Electoral.
Barrister Akpata, can I please pledge or appeal for us to join this show for another day with a better network? Can you hear me? Barrister Akpata, can we join this for a better another day for a stronger network so that the whole world can really... Because right now, even commenters, they are complaining that they can't hear you.
Yes. Any day of your choosing, I'm available, MegaComrade.
Okay. So let's do next week, Sunday. Fair enough.
You will let me check my diary first, and I'll send you a message immediately.
All right. All right. No problem. So if you can greet everyone, and I apologize for the network. So we are going to be coming. Go ahead and agree them, and we can reschedule it.
Thank you. I thank the MegaComrade. I thank all those on the PFM platform. I'm grateful for the opportunity. It is engagements like this that will enable us get to the point where we can determine what the issues are in Edo State, and determine who is best suited to deal with these issues come 2020, come the elections. I believe firmly, I believe strongly that I'm well positioned, well suited to deal with the issues on your behalf as governor of Edo State. And I do hope that when the time comes, we will be able to, when we have the next session, we'll be able to do a deeper dive into the issues, and then you can those who vote in Edo State or have influence over the voters in Edo State can make a determination as to who is best suited to occupy Government House on Osaigbovo Avenue come September 21st, 2024. But for now, let me just say thank you. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity, and I'm very, very excited by the interest in the diaspora with regard to our elections in Edo State. Thank you very much, MegaComrade.
Thank you, Barrister Akpata. Nice seeing you. I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We are going to reschedule this show again, whereby you'll be able to, talk to you. I know we have about 1,000+ call we could not answer. The network was really frustrating with no fault of him or myself. I think it's due to the weather in Nigeria. So I thank you all. Good night, everyone. Live from Dubai. Thank you so much.